So, Align Your Life is built off of habits from the Atomic Habits. So, it's like a baseline from there, and then I just kind of added onto it. So, I have a 16 millimeter Gillio ring, personal rings, a personal size, and this is a chic sparrow cover, and this is actually for sale. I just wanted to try it out. And then a standard traveler's system. So I brought this on to show you that what I'm about to tell you will work in no matter what system you're going to be in. So the first things first is your vision. So I have these inserts that I created, but I had somebody put it together for me. So this is what is called my Align Life annual goals. So this is my goals. So what I am trying to become, my monthly tasks that need to happen, my weekly, and then daily, and then my atomic habits. So I wanted to make sure I had all of these things written out. I don't need more than 4 goals. Anything more than that is just overkill for me. So I am a consistent content creator. So these are the things that I need to be doing monthly in order to reach my goal of being a consistent content creator. Here's what I need to be doing weekly, and these are my daily tasks. And then these little letters here is making it obvious, making it attractive. Oh goodness, now I can't remember what these stand for. Evident, making it evident or easy. So batching content, and then making it, oh goodness, now y'all, I'm gonna have to come back to y'all with what these mean. I wrote them down, and I wrote this out, and now I can't even remember what they mean. So anyway, so all of this is here, and I do have this insert in a personal size, and I probably can get it made in different sizes, but I wanted to try it out, and I actually love the way it looks. So this is my annual insert. So this is kind of what is part of the main part of the Align Your Life system. So then we have here is a tracker that I asked her to create for me as well. So I outlined what I wanted, and then she put it together. So this is a little janky, but so don't pay it too much attention. But this is my weekly items from here, from my Align Your Life goals. I wrote them out here, and these are my weeks just to make sure I am reaching everything I need to do weekly. And then here is my daily habit tracker. So everything that I need to do daily from here is on here. And this is a Peanuts Planner Code insert. And so it's all on here. So that's the first part of it. So I'm putting this in the front as a way to keep my vision up front in order to help keep me grounded and let me know what I'm in my planner to do, right? So then I have this here. This is my waiting for list. This is a plotter insert. It's their to-do insert, but right now I'm using it as a waiting for. So things that I'm waiting for that were done back here somewhere, and now I just need to move them up here so they can keep front and center. So then you go into monthly. So in my monthly system, keep it simple. Keep it simple and function. So KISF, we're going to keep it simple and we're going to keep it functional. So here is a monthly reset. So these are the things as I'm going through to do my monthly reset that I want to ask myself. What worked? What didn't? What am I surrendering? And what am I focusing on next? So every month, this is front and center. So then these here are my plotter inserts, monthly inserts. And on my monthly inserts, you're going to find appointments. I have not added content deadlines to this yet, but I would do appointments, content deadline, and then whatever my key focus is for the month, I'll start writing it up here. So whatever I want to focus on accomplishing this month will go up here. And so this right here is what kind of keeps my system alive and not rigid. So this is a fluid. My monthly is a fluid guideline, right? So you see, look, stuff has been crossed out. Errors. I got a little white out here for things that I had to move. So this is in motion. So then we go to my weekly section, and I'm waiting on some weekly inserts, but I'll just show you this right here. This is not really the true layout. I'll show you what it looks like when we get to the travelers. So in here, This is a plotter weekly, and I'm waiting on these. So in the weekly section, this is going to be my power section. This is where life actually happens. All the planning goes down here in my weekly section. And I do have it completely mapped out here in this travel. So let's just jump over here. All right. So here, this is our weekly. So here on our left-hand side of the page, we have our schedule. So all the appointments that need to happen is happening here in this little column. Then over here on this little column, 1 to 2 daily priority actions. So I put this little check here because I need to know, like, okay, this is things that you got to get done this day. You cannot deviate. These are must-dos. So these are priorities that has to happen. Like, look, film YouTube video. That is happening today. So I'm going to get to check that off. And then here on my right-hand side, my focus of the week. So I want to relax and go with the flow this week. Like, I don't want to stress about anything. So relax and go with the flow. And then here is my habit tracker in this one. So you want to make sure that your aligned goals are part of your habit tracker. And then I added a couple other things that I'm tracking. But Bible study is one of my goals. Reading is one of my goals. Intentional time with Manny is one of my goals, and content is one of my goals. So these are going to be all the daily things that I have listed in my aligned life goals here. And then these are some other habits that I like to track. And then here we're going to have, instead of it saying to-dos seems very daunting. So I have weekly wins, meaning these things that I'm going to get done, these are my weekly wins. So these are things that need to happen this week in order for me to feel success, not really feel successful, but you know what I mean. So here's my weekly wins. This is where, okay. And then here I have distractions to avoid. So I would normally put this, I'm probably going to next week put this up here. So things that I want to avoid. Planner hopping. Okay, as y'all see, 3 planners right here. But you know, it doesn't hurt to try. And then down here I have next week. So this would be a carryover section. So instead of labeling it next week, I probably label it carryover. So anything that didn't get done or that I need to continue to work on from up here, I can just write it down here. So we'll see how this sticks. I'm not sure yet if I want this to be like this, but for right now, that's where it is. So it's down here under my next week section. And then we get to, so that's it for my weekly. So pretty cut and dry, right? I feel like this is pretty simple. This is how my weekly used to look. Oh, and sometimes I track how I feel in here. And I probably just move that to my dailies. So then we get to our daily section. So the daily page, we want to keep it light and not overwhelming. So let's see if I wrote anything for today. That is not, where did I write that? Okay, we can try to use this. All right, so what we want to do in our today, we want to write 3 top tasks. So things that we want to make sure we get done, right, will be in our top. And then here, an aligned action, meaning we're going to pull something off of our aligned life goals that we know we need to get done. So we're falling behind in some things or something. There's some room, like I could have put film YouTube video for today because that's aligning with my goals. So you want to make sure you're writing things that align with your goals in order for you to move to the person that you want to become. So my aligned action for the 18th was connection time with Manny, which we went to the movies. And then here are some other things that I wanted to get done, but they weren't pressing. They weren't part of this top 3 that I know I had to do on this day. These were just other things that I would have liked to get done. So I put them here. And then down here in the micro journaling section, because I'm not a huge journaler, I'm just really starting to try to get into it. But I do 3 to 5 lines per day. So what am I grateful for? Where did I see God? And 1 reflection for the day kind of goes down here. So this was my 2nd day of doing this system. And I like the way that this is laid out. And then what did I do over here? Actually, I didn't even put a sticker up here for the date yet. So this was from the 19th. This is from the 19th. So yeah, yesterday. So I hadn't even finished doing yesterday's, but this is kind of how the system flows.